her own money. In fact, what we are picking up, and this is something which gives a glimpse of perhaps the way that his pathological mind was working. He used to talk to her severed head while he kept it. Not just that, he used the fridge to keep his ice cream as well. We are getting to hear that he would eat. In fact, here's a report from the ground.
श्रद्धा मर्डर केस की जांच अब और ज्यादा तेज हो गई है। आज आफ्ताब की 5 दिनों की जो पुलिस रिमांड है वो खत्म होने वाली है और आज तकरीबन 12 बजे जो पुलिस है वो उसे वापस कोर्ट में पेश करेगी और आगे पुलिस रिमांड की मांग भी करेगी। इसके साथ साथ अभी देखिए जो दिल्ली पुलिस है उनकी टीम यहाँ पे पहुंची है जंगल में आज भी, और इन्वेस्टिगेशन जो है वो अभी शुरू है। देखिए कुछ सामान लेके भी लोग जा रहे हैं। ऐसे में ये भी सवाल उठता है कि क्या अंदर जो छानबीन हो रही है उसमें किन किन चीजों की बरामदगी हो सकती है, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही शातिर अपराधी है जिसका नाम आफ्ताब है और इसने शव के टुकड़ों को कहां फेंका है, ये एक बड़ा सवाल है। ऐसे में दिल्ली पुलिस के पास भी कई चुनौतियां हैं जिनका सामना उनको करना पड़ रहा है, क्योंकि ये जंगल का एक तस्वीर देखिए आप, ये जंगल बहुत बड़ा जंगल है। ऐसे में दिल्ली पुलिस कहां कहां ढूंढेगी, दिल्ली पुलिस की कितनी टीमें लगाई जाएंगी, ऐसे कई सवाल हैं और ऐसे कई चुनौतियां हैं जिनका सामना अभी दिल्ली पुलिस को करना है। ऐसे में अभी से जो है अलग अलग टीमें बना के अंदर सर्च ऑपरेशन चालू है। कई थानों की पुलिस बुलाई गई है, क्योंकि जो एक थाना है उससे आप इतने बड़े ऑपरेशन को अंजाम नहीं दे सकते। ऐसे में कई थानों की पुलिस भी पहुंची यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे सर्च ऑपरेशन जो है वो लगातार जारी है। दिल्ली पुलिस की टीम कॉम्बैट ऑपरेशन कर रही है, सर्च ऑपरेशन कर रही है। लेकिन एक तस्वीर और है, जरा इस तरफ देखिए। अगर हम इधर आए और आपको तस्वीर दिखाएं तो यहाँ पे आपको एक तालाब दिखेगा और इस तालाब के अंदर आपको बड़े बड़े पेड़ दिखाई देंगे। तो सवाल ये है कि जंगल का ये हिस्सा इस तरीके का है, यहाँ पे तालाब है, इतनी पानी भरी हुई है और इतना शातिर अपराधी जो आफ्ताब है, अगर उसने इसके अंदर लाश के टुकड़ों को डाला होगा तो कैसे पुलिस जो है यहाँ से बरामद करेगी। देखिए किस तरीके के हालात हैं यहाँ पे, जो पेड़ के तने हैं वो पूरे पानी तक डूब गए हैं, यहाँ तक कि पत्ते भी डूबे हुए हैं। ऐसे में जब इतना पानी है और इसके अंदर अगर आफ्ताब ने जो इतना शातिराना दिमाग का है शव के टुकड़ों को डाला है, तो ऐसे में पुलिस यहाँ से उन टुकड़ों को कैसे बरामद करेगी, ये बड़ी चुनौती दिल्ली पुलिस के सामने है। हालांकि पुलिस की टीमें कई लगी हुई हैं, यहाँ पे सर्च ऑपरेशन चल रहा है और कोशिश है कि जल्द से जल्द जो शव के टुकड़े हैं और जो अपराध में किया गया वेपन है उसको बरामद किया जाए।
In fact, let me go across to Subhash Jha. He's joining us. He's a lawyer. And Subhash Jha, you must explain to us. The police have claimed that they have breakthroughs because luminol tests, so far, they do not have the skull. They don't have
The criminal jurisprudence requires that the offense as against an accused is required to be established beyond all reasonable doubt. That's the cardinal principle of a criminal trial. So therefore, in any given case, the prosecution has to make out a watertight case. Now, so far as I have been seeing your reports, as of now, it doesn't appear to be a watertight case at all. Now, there are several loose ends, and unless and until those loose ends are put together, it will be very difficult for the prosecution to establish the case beyond all reasonable doubt. In my assessment, what is required to be done is first and the foremost, the police must stop divulging the minute details of the investigation, the manner in which what they are going to do next. And most important, of course, recovery of skull, recovery of weapons, blood-stained clothes. These are very, very important pieces of material which will ultimately take form of evidence during the trial. But nevertheless, what should be done? See, please try to understand the passage of time. The incident took place on 18th of May, and today is 17th of November 2022. So with the passage of time, it is possibly police may not get all those materials which possibly could have been available to them soon after this horrific crime was committed. Nevertheless, in the given facts and circumstances, all that the police is required to do is to be dependent on whatever material they have. First and the foremost, they should try to get confession of this man recorded, Aaftab recorded before a magistrate under section 164 of CRPC. Now, two, The police similarly must also record statements of other witnesses, the friends and other people who are available, the father and two of her friends who have been perhaps have given disclosure to the media. Now, and their protection, of course, and similarly protection of all other possible witnesses. This will, because try to understand, if this could be, he could be involved with some gang, with a crime syndicate or member of PFI or such deadly organizations. They will be giving him all sort of logistic supports. So therefore, the police must explore the possibility or ensure that all these supports are immediately cut off. And then the case is taken to its logical conclusion. The police will have to establish that those body parts which were found in the jungle belongs to this Shraddha. And for that, the forensic report, the DNA report, etc., will have to be, it is going to be an uphill task. It is not that very easy.
Okay.
But unless and until the police works very hard and works very seriously and ensure all the possibility to see to it that they are in a position to establish the case as against this man beyond all reasonable doubt. I see this is a case of a gruesome murder. And this is a case also which goes into the category of rarest of the rare case in which he could be awarded death punishment.
Okay. So that's huge. So you are saying this could fall under the rarest of rare cases depending on how the police presents it and carries on the probe from here onwards. So far, as per criminal lawyers, this may not be enough. What they urgently need is to find out first where the murder weapon is, where the skull is, which could be critical to ensure that her identity can be proved beyond doubt, and more importantly, to record his confession under section 164 of CRPC, which essentially means that it is in front of a magistrate. He cannot later on retract it. Well, minute by minute updates. There's more breaking news which is coming your way. This regarding Aaftab's confession. A fresh confession has been made as per sources in the Delhi police. They are saying that Aaftab threw body parts of her body which decomposed quickly. He had already informed the police that he has minced the intestine. He flushed them away, something that Times Now had reported. Also, that Aaftab told the police that he used bleach to clean the floor and also other chemicals to wash away all the evidence of blood. He threw away the parts of the body in the jungle apart from the fingers which were thrown elsewhere. Remember, fingers could be critical for fingerprints. However, 6 months have already passed. Let me go across to Priyank. Priyank, fresh confessions being made, more details which are now coming up. What are you picking up?
See, during that time and again, the accused, whenever he's being questioned, he looks very calm and possessed. And whenever the police officers are asking questions, he starts replying in English. So this means that he is in very good state of mind. He knows the fact that what he has to tell to police officers and what he has to hide. But since he has already accepted his crime and to the police, although these evidence has not admitted for the court, but what he has told the interrogators that he threw the main parts of the body in the forest area and the fingers at somewhere else. What he has also stated, as you rightly pointed out, that he has first prioritized to throw those parts of the body which decompose very fast, and the rest of the parts of the body was in the and they were set at a suitable time. Time and again, whenever Aaftab is questioned, he is properly responding to the police officers. But the big question is that whether he repeats the same thing when he's produced before the court or not, that is the biggest worry for the police.
That's going to be huge. But what's interesting is also the psychological makeup of this man, Aaftab Poonawalla. Priyank, I believe sources are telling us that he was pretty cool when it came to answering gruesome details about how he hacked up and chopped up his living partner. Also, that he's having peaceful nights. He sleeps normally, does not have any trouble getting any sleep at night either.
Yes, that's the trait of particular. That's why the Delhi police have already roped in to psychiatrists whenever he's being questioned, and psychological analysis and assessment is being done on daily basis. The cops also try to keep the psychologist whenever he's being questioned because they are dealing with a self-motivated and trained person has done.
But one quick question, sorry, Priyank, before I thank you. You mentioned that he used bleach to remove all the blood stains. Luminol tests are happening. If bleach is used, if chemicals are used, can they still detect blood?
There is a possibility, Meghna, that those not visible parts, which he could not notice from his open eyes, has been spotted by the person because he is not obviously a forensic expert.
Okay.
He knows how to stop the body, but obviously, or a dead piece of meat. But obviously, he does not know that where all the threads of the blood can go away. So that is the thing which is giving some sort of lead to this.
That's very critical, what Priyank tells us. Yes, a lot of the bleach may have taken and removed the DNA solutions which may be available, the DNA evidence which may be available. However, the police are still hoping that there could be more details that they can manage to get from the apartment of Aaftab and Shraddha. Thank you so much, Priyank, for getting us the inside scoop of the investigation. But with that, let's move on and tell you how our great nation has crossed a significant milestone this landmark year. In fact, it enters its 76th year of independence. The nation has achieved much in its long journey, but what lies ahead for the nation appears even brighter. So much so that today, when the global economy is facing significant challenges,